Hello, my sunflowers. How are you on Friday? The end of the week for many of you. With no further ado, let me get into it. I am here to talk about the Kardashians. Their show ended last week, baby Crone. You're there for me, baby. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going. Okay. And so one of the things that I want to talk about, I've been really meaning to talk about Kris Jenner and the show. And I have been given this much contemplation. And it's like the more and more I watch the show, I'm like, what is lacking? Like, what is lacking with this show? So much is lacking. What is lacking to the show? Everything I say is allegedly, and I'm speaking from my own personal opinion. I'm speaking from a fair believing I'm being fair, and I'm speaking from intuitiveness all at the same time. So as we go into this, with no further ado, I was wondering what was wrong with the show. And the one thing that I realized, it became like a grandma show, like old, not old as far as the girls, but old. It's more centered around what Kris Jenner wants. What is it she wants? And because she's aged with these aging daughters, her daughters are looking older. And so they're looking older. So she's aging. And so it looks old, like somebody of my generation. It won't please your generation. It's something like I could play in an old folks home, not old folks, but like a rich old place. And you put it on because they rich. We ain't trying to bring them down. I have no anger or resentment to these people anymore. I really had a lot of anger because I don't like the fact that they lied to get on top. And because if I had known, especially at that time when I was a devout Christian, and if I had known that it was sex that catapulted them to the top, I would have not supported that. So nevertheless, we know that negative energy will slip in any way it can when it's greed. And this shows me something about the mother. She won't stop. And when I look at the show, it just lasts this luster. The girls just don't have time. And because over the years, they have given so much of themselves, it's just they want to be private. They all have paid. Kylie has paid. Kendall has paid. Khloe has paid. Rob Kardashian has paid. Courtney has paid. Come on. Yep. Courtney has paid. What's the guy name? Courtney ex-boyfriend, as good as I know, Scott. They all has put everything out on the line. How many shows their show been running for? Almost 20 years, 15, I don't know. And the only person who has not, even the mother to a point, has been out there. And so now when we pick up the show and when we look at it, it's like they don't have nothing else they want to share.
2007.
Woo! How many years is that? My God. They're personal. They've been broken. They've been embarrassed. They've been humiliated.
18 years.
18 long years of being in front of the camera. Sometimes you just don't have nothing to give. And so what now? We're at the bottom of the barrel. And when we're at the bottom of the barrel, what do we see? We see Momager, who don't know, how old is she? Who don't know how to let go. And her sign. She doesn't.
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
69.
69. When is her birthday? When will she be 70?
I think November 5th.
Okay,
November
that's
5th.
Scorpio. She doesn't know how to let go. The Khloe is well spent. Kim is busy beyond measure. She doesn't need the show. As a matter of fact, Kendall doesn't need it. Kylie doesn't need it. Scott definitely doesn't need it. And we don't know where our boy Rob Kardashian. So now the show is just there for the mother. And she still want to be momager. She still forced she still for Courtney into doing this podcast. She fought Courtney and doing this cologne. Even though she's doing it, she doesn't know how to let go. But one thing that you and one thing I know about life, if you don't know when to stop, it will stop you. Mm-hmm. It will stop you. It is time for her to let the lease go and let them girls be what they want to be. It's time. And I understand to a point where if you stop going, then if we let this show go, then you won't have, what is that? You'll lose your
audience.
Your audience. Never. They made it. They're written in the stars. Mm-hmm. Never. It's done. There is nothing. It's just the mother way. She's not ready to retire. She's not ready. So she's still pushing. But these girls are like racehorses. They're like fillies. They're working and working and working and working and working for what? They don't need the money.
No.
And they're worried about an image. Mm-hmm. And so it's not about them anymore. It's about her. So I wanted to come in and I wanted to talk about her, but I had to sit back and go through all these, 6 or 10 episodes. Yep. And look at them. So I looked at them yesterday and I found myself bored to tears. Now, with that being said, I love looking at Kendall. She's the one. She's the better speaker. She's a better speaker than Kim. She's more out there. Mm-hmm. She's going to take you for a ride. She's the one. And Kylie, she's too meek, timid.
Surprisingly.
She doesn't, it's surprisingly. But I guess because of the hurt, the baby, she's a mama. And because of that, she doesn't have it. She doesn't have the thrills and the chills. But Kendall, if they want to rise up with something, name a show, Kendall, and I will be watching.
That's
because
true.
She's the one that's going to bring you tea. But knowing Kendall, she's like, I ain't going to break myself.
That's true.
I ain't breaking myself for no show. I'm not doing it. Mm-hmm. I'm comfortable where I am. When she was out there doing the pop show, she was like, I like this. I feel like a celebrity. What? This is what it feels like. She's a model. So no, she doesn't get the fanfare like him. But just to open it up, if they want to know a show, just say Second Generation.
Oh, yes.
I would be watching because she's there. And another thing that I love about Kendall, she's a very good speaker. Mm-hmm. She's in tune, which leads me to where I want to talk about. Mm-hmm. Now, some things I may say, it may sound graphic, but being a reader, I must tell you what I see. Now, she sees the show with Lamar and Khloe. Mm-hmm. And she said it brought her to tears, like it made her heartbroken to see her sister so hard. Yes. Help me. To see her sister so broken, so down, and that's when I stopped watching. Mm-hmm. Why? Because I didn't like the way she was emasculating him. He was nervous. She knew he was nervous. This was a man that almost died and she saved his life. I'm trembling here. She almost died. And yet, how many years ago was that? She's still living in it as if it's yesterday. And when we come to a place in life where brokenness, where it breaks
a decade ago.
10 years ago. Help me, somebody. 10 years. And I understand this, so I'm speaking from the heart here. 10 years to get over a relationship. Come on and help me. 10 years. So what does that do? It brings on sickness. Did we talk about it? Did we not talk about it? 10 years you holding this in your heart. 10 years of bitterness. 10 years, she already seen she had face cancer.
That's true.
So 10 years, she was chosen to be the strong one. She was chosen to be the one that you take care of everything.
Yeah.
She's the one that was saying, look, you take care of the kids when mama go wrong. You the one that your mother threw up on, and your mother bought you a new coat or whatever. You're the one who took care of the kids. You're the one with Christian and taking care of his son. You're the one that when he had a seizure and the mother couldn't handle it, and you have to be the heavy. But the thing is, it's just an image. Good God Almighty. It's just an image. It's just what you're bred to be. It's just what you told to be. However, she is cancer. And cancer is that sign that carries the home on its back. So I understand, but it's eating her up alive. Now, although she's beautiful, I can tell you she is unrecognizable. I don't recognize her. I don't see Khloe. I don't see her anymore. I see a hard exterior, a hard, bitter woman. And not only did she turn around, didn't learn her lesson, she keeps going after the same men. And now she's like, I will never date a basketball player. My goodness, talk to me, because she missed the mark. You got to understand in life. Now, you know, this is an esoteric station, so I have esoteric beliefs. So I'm about to go in, but if you find this offensive and you don't like the spiritual nature, because that's all I know, then this is a time for you may want to click off, because I'm going there. And what I see with Khloe is she's hard. She done got hard. Her exterior is hard. That's not the Khloe we fell in love with. That's not Khloe. No. She oozes sex appeal, but then when men give her sex, she says sexual connotations. She doesn't know, but then when she puts it out there, then she gets offended when they look at her sexually. She did everything in the world to get skinny. She did everything in the world to change her face. Now she's got a stone face. If you don't know what that means, look it up in the Bible. The Bible says that a stone face is a hard face. So she's hard, but she still got that house on her back. And her mother, who is so caught up into not wanting the show to end because they are afraid that they are going to lose their money or their status. Never. They are etched in our minds as if it was any famous person.
That's true.
Etched. They are written. They have made it. They made it. If we never hear from them again and they go off the air, somebody says something happened to Rob, we all looking. Media blasting. They say something happened to Kim. We all looking. Media blasting. Something happened to Kendall. Something happened to Kylie. Something happened to even Kim, even Chris herself. We are all looking. Something happened to the father. What's his name? Caitlyn. We're all looking. Why? Because they done made marks in our generation.
That's true.
Am I right? I can't speak about your generation of your babies, but your generation and my generation. So they have gone through one whole generation, me and my daughter. And after about 20 years, after about 80 years, you'll fade out anyway, and you'll become another Marilyn Monroe. What you mean? We'll remember you, but we'll remember you for who you are, because at the end of the day, the truth of your life will come out. There will be a story made about them. Come on and talk to me. There will be a story. So to hold on, they're doing this for the mother. They are doing it for the mother, but the mother used her children because she doesn't know how to let go. She's not ready to let go. But to see the story, to see this grand family, to see this family end up in a nursing home, to turn on not a rich nursing home, let me put it out there. a wealthy no, to sit there to where you done gone to looking at people that are in 50s and 60s and 70s may find that a little nice little home show to watch. You understand what I'm saying? That's where it's at. And so it's boring for me. It's a boring show because I ain't ready to sit down, kick off my shoes and relax my mind. I'm not ready for that. But that's the mother. And so she's not ready to let them go and let them make their own decisions and let them choose. She's not ready to give up her momager. Now, here I am, which lead me to Khloe. Now, Khloe has this image, and the image is when I saw her with Lamar, she emasculated him, not in a severe way, but in enough way where I didn't even want to watch it after that anymore. He's shaking, he's quaking, and he's nervous. He doesn't know what to say. How do you thank someone that raised you from the dead? How do you thank someone that you did bad and they sat at the bedside of you? They cleaned you up. They washed you. They helped you. And even with Christian, I'm there, even though we're not together, I'm still there dealing with your son having seizures. Because that's just the nature of her. That's just who she is. She's cancer. And I understand it. So when I speak with passion, I speak because that is my rising. And I am cancer through and through. So baby Crone is a bull through and through. And that's what makes us different. Will you agree?
Yes.
And so we see here that Khloe, she's hard. And we see Kendall, baby girl. How old is Kendall? 28, 29. Here is Kendall. She comes along and she sees it. And she's like, she was too hard. I was young. You sheltered us. You didn't want us to see it.
29.
Told you. She's growing up. She's growing up.
She also a Scorpio.
There it is. So we have these Scorpios, but she's wise. And she say to her sister, she comes with Kylie because she knows Kylie is the sensitive one. So Kylie ain't built for cameras at all. No. Neither is Courtney. They're just not built for it anymore. Kylie never really was, but Courtney was, but now it's like, that's not my life. I just want to go home, be a mother, sell my lemmings and whatever. Yep. I don't need the fanfare. So now here we see here, she goes and she talks to her sister. And as she's talking to Khloe, you can see Khloe is frowning and this and that. No, Khloe. Oh. Kylie goes and talks to Khloe. Am I right? Mm-hmm. And she sees that her sister's heart, Kylie and Kylie and Kendall goes and talk because her soul was not right. She was feeling some kind of way. You emasculated that man. Why? And then in the car, if that wasn't good enough, he buys a doll. Come on and help me. He buys a doll that replicate you. It's not you. It's an image of you because he knows I lost the best I ever had. I made a mistake. I know this is him doing it as a jig because he knows that it hurt you. But he did the show. He came on for you. He apologized, and yet you kept stabbing him because you're mad at the choices you made. You made the choices, Khloe. You chose them. And until you can own up for whatever reason, because you needed to grow, you needed the experience, you chose this when you entered into this atmosphere, when you came from out of darkness into light, you chose to live this life. And it is so easy to blame other people for what we've done. Nobody told you to sit at the bed of a dying man. No. Nobody told you when you knew Christian was a lovely man, but he had broken. You are drawn to the brokenness because you come from a broken family. You're broken. And so therefore, Khloe, the fixer.
Mm-hmm.
Khloe, the one. Khloe, you can count on me, but Khloe is the weakest link. Come on. She hides it because so much has been put on her. She hides it, but she is the weakest link. Now you may say, well, how you know? I know because look at her. She's a stone face. She's bitter.
Very.
Bitter. I don't recognize her. And I hope somewhere that these words reach her because I speak out of love.
Mm-hmm.
She's broken, bitter. Sometimes we just look at what other people do to me. Oh, woe is me. Woe, you the one who came here for an earth experience. This is something you have to fix. But 10 years of your life you have given to bitterness, hardship, over love, trying to figure out who your real daddy is, trying all these broken things, trying to be a mother to sisters that are young when you're young yourself, trying to do all this, and fame just exacerbated it. Mm-hmm. And now you're sitting here and you're hard. And one of the things that Kendall said was, I understand we don't see him that way. And she said, I sheltered you, which is understandable. But what we do see, we see here, Khloe takes no accountability for the choices she made. It is better for her to say, I blame the media. I blame my followers. I blame you. I blame that. Missing the idea that you came here for an earth experience. You came here to fix so you can elevate. You came here so you can fix this. And these are the things that are broken. You lost your dad. You lost whoever your dad is. Whatever all of this is, you are in the midst. And why? Instead of sitting back and saying, wait a minute, let me own this. Don't let me blame anybody. These are the choices I make and the mistakes I made, right? But it's easy to throw out spells on other people. And yet she's lingering in this state of darkness for 10 years. 10 years, a decade. And at 40, baby Crone, can you look up the esoteric meaning for the number 40? And at 40, you think it's going to get better. No, because you're bitter. You ain't let go. You said you let go of the things. It took you 10 years to let go all that stuff. What are you holding on with, Christian? You got babies by him. So 10 years, what, another 20 years? So that's 40, 50. You'll be 60 years old before you wake up like I did. 40 years that you lingered. 40 years Israel roamed in the desert. And your 40 years of your life. And in order to forgive, you must forget. Not forget the story, but you don't see it as a victim. You see it as I'm growing. I see my mistakes. I see that's what Israel had to learn. I see where I went wrong. I see, but it's so easy for 40 years to roam around and blame everybody for this and that and take no accountability. This is your life. You chose to do it. I chose to do it. And even though Kimberly has the strength to say, rise up, I won't let them take me. Why? Because she's got the balances. It's always about justice. It's not like I do everything right, Kimberly says. It's just that I'm not going to let you steal my life. I'm built for this. And indeed she is. So it leads me to this. Go ahead, baby Crone.
Yes, number 40 in religious and spiritual contexts is often associated with a period of testing, trial, and transformation.
And until she understands this, she's going to have another breakup. She's going to have another heartache because in order to hear me out there, in order to forgive, you must forget. not the experience, but the idea and the hurt and the pain. It's just like you wake up and you got real bad pain. Don't you want to forget about it? Don't you want to go on with your day? You're looking forward for the day you get well, right? But many of us stay in the snares and the trap of negative energy because we feel as though if I stay here, I can't be hurt. But all you are doing is hurt. The only negative thing that I said, because this has just been a cliche and people say it all the time, I forgive you, but I won't forget. You're saying not the story. You're saying I won't forget the pain of it. So therefore you in a loop. You in that, what's that?
A lemniscus.
You in the lemniscus. You're going back and forth with the pain that you feel as though it's going to protect you, but all it does is swallow you up alive. We're in a dual world where everything is good and bad, up and down, dark and light, gray. It's all mixed up. And inside of it, we only here for a small measure of time because none of us know when it will be our last day. So we're here to get out of the limbiskis of it all. I hope I'm saying the word right. And so there is Khloe stuck there with the hurt and the bitterness. Not only I learned the lesson, I'm better for it. I need to let it go. I won't forget the story. Like in other words, I won't forget that I was hurt. But won't it be freeing to wake up one day and the hurt that you felt is no longer there? You don't even want to waste your time being angry. And that's what the mother said when they were in the car roaming around Paris, looking at Christmas lights. She said, it doesn't bother me. I think it's cute. It is flattering because that's all he have of you at the end of the day. And you're sitting there snarling. You're sitting there bitter. You're sitting there feeling like, oh my God, how could he? Sounds sick to me. He loves you and he lost the best he ever had or ever shall get unless he learned to forgive himself. And clearly you stabbed him in the heart and your sister saw it and wasn't at peace with it.
No.
And neither was I. I stopped watching it. And I said, is this what they coming down to? But it was meant to be, so I'm over it. And I'm able to move on. Is there anything that I need to say before I read an outcome of a person? But I can tell you this, if she doesn't soften up, take it from me. If you don't forgive and try your best to forgive the pain of it all and look at it from another perspective, I'm better for it. It made me lose weight. Come on. It made me care about the way I look. It changed me. But if I changed to be a rock, then it did nothing for me. I'm just the image flashed on a screen that is just as broken and shattered. You can put all the makeup, the perfume, you can do everything. You can look slim, but you're broken. And that brokenness is going to follow you until you let it go. 10 years. 10 years. Think about that, because it could be somebody out there that's going through it. But I'm here just to shake you up and let you know forgiveness is forgetting. The day you wake up, have you ever been so broken? Have you ever been so burdened down that one day you just wake up and it's all gone from you and you don't even care what that person say? You know, they don't even matter to you. You don't even hate them. As a matter of fact, you feel a little sorry for them. You ever been there? I've been there. Where you don't even have it. That's the forgetting. That's the forgetting that you're working for. And she's not there. And it brought her sisters to tears, her baby girls to tears to see their sister in that state. Now, let's see her outcome. Now, when people are like that,
okay,
when they bitter, you seen it with Toni Braxton. She got bitter until she said, I'm ready to let it go. Yes. At 57, I'm ready to get this off my back. And until you're ready to release it and walk in your truth and walk in, I'm not ashamed. Walk in, I came here to learn an earth lesson. I've learned it. I ought not be bitter for it, but I'm glad I'm survived it. I'm glad I'm better for it. I look better. I feel better. But we see cancer, and that's one of the diseases of autoimmune diseases, which I don't know if cancer is. They are probably all autoimmune disease in some way.
Yes, in some shape or fashion.
In some shape or fashion, where you allow life to eat you up. And because you don't you don't release it, you hold on to it, you remember it as a play, as it's going to protect you, but it's only there as a sneaky negative energy. It's an energy vampire. It gets off on your misery. So it's making you think that no, you're going to be better, but you're not better. And what I see is the walking dead. And if Khloe ain't careful, this thing is going to make her very, very ill or take her out this world. Mm-hmm. You must forgive, and you must learn to forget, not the story, but the pain of it. Mm-hmm. Do it make sense, baby Crone?
Yes,
so here sense. I'm here to read on what is her outcome. I like the outcome of the story. Now let's see how this story gonna play out. Now I hope that my passion don't, but because I've been a victim of hurt, and I've stayed in broken relationships, and I stayed in because of my home life and the way I grew up. It made me look for love in men. And at the end of the day, I gave them my heart, and they still left me anyway. And it leaves you how? I'm attractive, I'm good, I work, I got money, I'm da, and you don't understand. And so you go through a period of darkness where I don't want to date anybody. Bitterness. It is for us to get hurt, get over, and keep it moving. Remember, my days are allotted to me. I'm not here forever. I'm only here for a short period of time. And now when we looked at them, 18 years ago, they're in their 40s, hitting 50.
That's true.
Woo! Baby Crone, 25 years old. Look at it. So let's see what the cards have to say. Here we see coming in already a dashing horse. The horse of swords, meaning cockiness, meaning I'm just ready to take on. I'm ready. I ain't ready to let go. I'm just ready. I ain't ready. I'm here. You can't hurt me. I can't forgive. Never taking accountability that you chose them. Mm-hmm. Why? Because it's a lesson. And until we learn that the bad things as well as the good things are here to help us be better. Here we see, go ahead, baby, go ahead and explain that card for me, because I just can't. Go ahead, baby, come while I take a break. Go ahead.
It's the Seven of Cups, how fitting. Mm-hmm. And as you always say, when this cup card comes out, you think of the Sedley Deadly Sense.
Go ahead.
Which anger, there we go. That's one of the is it anger?
Wrath. You see her in wrath. Yeah. Come on. Mm-hmm. Cards tell the story. Wrath. You see it. And yet you see cups as in passion. She's passionate about this wrath. She feels as though I'm doing the right thing. She feels as though they deserve it. But never does she take accountability for the fact I chose them. Mm-hmm. She rather blame you and me, the media, the people. They tore me down. I'm worried. Grow up. Take accountability, Khloe. Mm-hmm. You chose it. And out of it all, you got two beautiful kids.
That's true.
Ooh. You got to make peace with your past. And instead of seeing beauty in that, you ripped him down. Yes. You emasculated him. And you think that you can do things to people, but there is karma.
I was just thinking that.
And let me tell you about karma, that we are so misunderstood.
We are.
We think karma is there as a payback, bitch. Oh, you did me wrong. karma is there as pay you back. That's not karma. Karma is there to teach you a lesson so you can grow, so you can get out of it. It's there so you can see, like we see Kenya Moore going. It's there to teach you, not to hurt you. You've already hurt you. Karma is there to help you rise up, understand, so you can move on. So sometimes you may not see it, but once it's happened to you, you can see it.
Yeah.
You can fix it. Sometimes we can't fix things because we're in it, but karma is there to let it boomerang so you can feel it, so you can come out of it, so you can forgive and forget and be better. That's karma. Here on the other side, we see she's still creative, but we also see her as a child with a lot of energy, a child with a lot of life, she's got a lot of mama in her, a lot of creativity. Anything you want to add about that?
Definitely that she's like on a learning journey, because usually pages represent
students. They write apprentices, students. So she's still learning. She hasn't figured it out because she's still burning in her rage. She's still angry. Wands is about fire. So she's mentally distorted. She's mentally angry. Yes. You see it. Culminate that, these are elements that fly high in the air, and we got fire. So imagine the most two powerful powers in the world is fire and air. Air is frequency. So we see she's still there. We see the cards are showing she's still there. And we also see as a novice student that she's still in that fiery place. But all at the same time, the cups show with passion that she's still in a dark place. Right? All these things up in her mind. So we see here with the cups here and with the wands and with the sword, she's mental. She's not balanced. She comes off balance, but it's just an image. Above her, we see she's got everything. She's got her family. She's got money. Thank you, baby Crone. She's got money. She's got everything. Baby Crone, add something on to it.
Yes, as the Nine of Pentacles, it usually symbolizes somebody, like as you keep saying, an image, somebody that appears to have everything all together and that they're living the finer things of life.
But miserable. That's why she says, all I want to do is when my man is my bed. I want to go home, cozy up in my bed, and that's my peace. Don't we feel that way when we broken? Don't we feel that way when we sick? I can't wait to get home from work. What does depression do? It takes you to your bed.
That's true.
Come on. What does pain do? Let me just lay down. Come on. Here we go. More fire. Looking out at the world. Looking at all your achievements. And yet you have no joy. You see it is riddled all over. No joy, no happiness, nothing but bitter. Bitterness. Don't let you be a Khloe. You look good on the outside. Oh, I ever so understand. You want the world to look at you and you look good. And here she go. They like, Khloe, you're strong. No, baby girl, you're the weakest link. The weakest link. But you're shrouded with an image. A fake and a fraud. Beautiful.
Yeah.
But it ain't real. Because the real you is on the inside of you. The real you, the world don't see. But peekaboo, we see you. Here is a corner sign. Twixt in between. Always feeling one way. You come off as Twix. You come off as I'm a sex symbol, but why do these guys just want to make sexual symbols? You say that you love me and all this, but you're making sexual innuendo. Why does he want to say he want to stick his tongue down my throat, Lamar? Because you come off sexual. You've always been a sex symbol. But then when the dogs begin to bark and the dogs begin to bite, you become offended. Can't have it both ways. Can I do another corner? Oh, did I not say that death
Mm-hmm.
is following you? Why? To take you out. Everything I say is allegedly. Now, understand what I mean when I say death. Let's be real. When we think of death, we think of formaldehyde. We think of dead. Yes, dead, because it's out to kill you. That is what negative energy does. They are vampires. They are out to suck you until you have an autoimmune disease or cancer. And when they can't use you no more, you lined up what? Dead or damn near dead. But the card came up upside down. So there is still hope for Khloe to rise up. And I hope this message in somewhere in the universe find her, because I speak from love and compassion, because I know, because I lived it myself. So there is death. But the next card will be the short sign.
No,
come on.
Page.
Soften up. Let your light shine. Don't let nobody put your light out. You, me, don't let no one steal your years. Learn to forgive. Try to forget about it. It takes time. 10 years it took me to get over a heartbreak. And every time I fall in love, 10 years has eaten my life. Before I get it, before you wake up one day and you find yourself not thinking about it. You wake up one day and you just say, I don't really care. I just wish them the best. Come on, and mean it.
Yeah.
You know, somebody out there know what I'm talking about. You wake up one day and your heart free. It's a beautiful thing to feel free where you ain't angry. You're not mad. You're not pissed. You're just happy. You're grateful that you made it.
Mm-hmm.
Last card.
More cups.
All this emotion. You see what I'm saying? This card is riddled with emotions, negative energy. Emotions. What are emotions? Feelings. Cups are about feeling. They're about emotions. She's stuck in the
lemniscus.
The lemniscus. She looped in it. And until she can let it go, until she can allow herself day by day, like the doctor told me, here a little, there a little, work on forgiveness. And another thing about this family, in spite of what they say, Bible, in spite of their belief in God, they have no spiritual depth at all. And without spiritual depth of something that you believe in that is strong, even if you're an atheist, you have something you believe in that leaves you empty. She's talk about aliens. It's there, but she has no depth. So all she has and lean on is her own ignorant understanding. Mm-hmm. So without spiritual depth, without some kind of spiritual enlightenment, all you have is you, your thoughts, what other people say, because you have nothing spiritual to lean on. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does.
And an outcome card, baby Crones, would you like to?
Yes.
And I'm going to add one more card to this, because all I see in this is a fight with Khloe fighting against her. She knows she changed, and somehow she's not happy with it. She's not happy. She's not happy. She's not the Khloe that we choose to love. And now when she's dealing with grown-up things, and now that we see this, we know that the show needs to cease. Mm-hmm. All it does, it just, they need to be able to stand up and be able to say, I want to do it my way, Mom. But because they love their mother, and understandably so, Kris is a loving mother. We don't like the way she do things, but she is a loving mother. Mm-hmm. I can find a fault for days to days, but I'm forgiving her because I felt duped by her. I felt duped by Kim. I felt duped by Ray J. But I don't blame them. I blame her. because she sat there and she watched it and she gave us a lie. And for that, I must forgive. And for today, I release them. I release her. And what I see is a age, she's not old, an aging woman that don't want to let the kids go up. Why? Because she's afraid to be left alone. That's what she's been doing ever since 2007. Managing, and they don't need you anymore. So you say, let Hulu stay. And as she said at the end, Kim is like, well, I'll see you. Kim don't need this story. She's got too much. But do you think the mother says, I'm working them? Do you think the mother say they don't want this? No, she's selfish and she's self-absorbed. Been that way from the day she came on the scene when she made it in our eyes. She's always been selfish and self-absorbed, but that's her cross to bear. She's already lost a sister, but I already read on them 2 years ago that death was going to strike that family. I thought it was her mother, but it was her sister. Mm-hmm. I would play the clip, but I don't think if you look back, you'll see some of my stuff. So here is this woman who's crying, saying, Mama, don't leave me. Mama, don't leave me. And the same way her mother got her, she got her kids. But her kids don't need her anymore. But she can't let go. She's not ready. But it is time. They are already at they're dealing with they have a following. And they're afraid, oh, well, we don't do it, we'll lose our way. Never going to happen. Final card for Khloe. New beginnings. Hopefully 40s will wake her up. Hopefully with her going through all of this. Hopefully, this card symbolized hope. This card symbolized creativity, a new me, a new opening, a new way, new ideas. Hopefully that she'll find peace and she's able to forgive and she's able to not be bitter and she can let the true Khloe, the loving Khloe, the wonderful Khloe come out again. Could you read your final card?
Yes, my final card was very fitting. Oh, I keep forgetting you guys can't see it. It's the bear card.
Ooh.
And the 3 things that I liked on it, it says that it is a time to wake up. Khloe is going to be a mother, very, very protective, even till death.
Because she's mothering from a wrong direction. Mm-hmm. She's mothering to say, I'm going to protect you from what I've been through. But yes. No, you're missing it. You're supposed to mother and protect them from, this is how you handle when you go through. If you find yourself in this situation, this is how you handle it, by forgiveness and love. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, baby.
Yep, and the last thing that I liked about it is that it's time for transformation and move forward.
So with that being said, I hope you understand my passion. But remember, when you're looking on that picture, it's an image. It's a fraud. Mm-hmm. It's not real. It's not real. Kim, image. The only one that's showing the true image is Rob.
That's true.
The only one I see showing the true image, Kylie.
Yeah, that's true.
The only one I see that's really showing to me at this juncture, Kendall.
Yeah, definitely Kendall.
I love her. I love her because she's authentic. Mm-hmm. I love her because she's growing. I love her because she doesn't apologize for the choices. But she said, I work on letting things go and moving on and not blaming. And that's where Khloe is. And because she's blamed, I have to say it. She's a sin-sick soul, and I wish her deliverance. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this reading. And you know what we say, please, if you've gotten through this, because I know that the Kardashians do not bring in like they used to.
That's true.
But unfortunately, when you don't know how to leave, life knows how to kick you out. I hope they know when to walk away. They have signed on for another 20 more seasons. And this is for mother's sake, not the girls. They don't need another job, especially this.
Yeah, they're too busy selling their own kids.
And they don't need another story. They don't want their lives out there. They've been doing it for 16, how many years? 18 years. It's time. And I get it. Do you?
Yes, I get it.
I wish the Kardashians the best. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And as I said, I leave you with, don't become a sin-sick soul. What do you mean? An image that's not real, that is perishable, breakable, but become your authentic self. And the only way that could be is through love, understanding, knowledge, wisdom, and forgiveness.
Yes.
And with that, I say,
sunflowers.